powerful energy of Allah's soul. He had harder battles to face on the soul plane. And I know our brother Neal Bey on the soul plane, defeating his enemies now, right now too, Islam.
That's right, Islam.
He preached, you know what he preached? Love and unity.
Right.
Unity through oneness of Allah. Islam. Financial and economic security. Do for self. Be yourself. Follow only the instructions, the divine instructions of the Prophet Noble Jew Ali.
Absolutely.
And all will be well. There's no heaven or hell for man. Islam. He's somewhere where we gonna have to go to. We have to learn from this process. It's a ministry in depth. Islam. Come join the Moorish Temple of America, where we teach about the ministry of death and the omnipotence of man and the resurrection of man, and the deific will of our Father God Allah. So you will be no longer afraid of so-called death. It is a friend. Praise Allah for death.
That's right.
Because it comes to take us where we need to go, like a Uber. Islam, and our brother Neal Bey called the Uber and said, Mars, I gotta go. Islam, and with that, Mars, I'm gonna give the floor. The time never was, man, was not. Islam. This time now, you call upon our first speaker of the evening, our powerful sister, Sister Chairwoman, Sister K. Bey, Islam, sir.
Happy holy day, Islam, Islam, Islam. I'm going to take a reading from chapter 25. I rise first, giving praise to Allah. Give honors to our Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Give honors to all the prophets of Allah. Give honors to everybody who's on the call today. And I'm going to take my reading from chapter 25, the Holy Covenant of the Asiatic Nation. Ye are the children of one father, provided by his care, and the breasts of one mother have given you suck. Let the bonds of affection therefore unite thee with thy brothers, that peace and happiness may dwell in thy father's house. And when we separate in the world, remember the relations that bindeth you to love and unity, and prefer not a stranger before thy own blood. If thy brother is in adversity, assist him. If thy sister is in trouble, forsake her not. So shall the fortune of thy father contribute to the support of his whole race, and his care be continued to you all in your love for each other. I first want to give a message from our sister, our Grand Governess, Kay Glover Ill. She want to thank everybody for the overpouring support, the donations, the love, and to her Moors that been by her side, tried and true. She thanks you. She thank everybody for being with her during this time. And that just leads me to the chapter that I pulled up, because most times when our brothers is in adversity and our sisters are in trouble, you always say, oh, just let me know what you need. I'll be there. Oh, just let me know I got you. And I saw firsthand people saying, well, let me know if you need me. I got you. I'm coming. And the sister said, I need you. Come. And they ain't show up, But the ones who was there was tried and true. And this whole event of us having to send our Grand Governor to the next plane of soul, it just teaches us and it taught us a lot. It's always a lesson in the events that happen. We know man is not the body. So this lesson taught us to prepare ourselves for what comes next, prepare our families, and prepare our Moorish kin, because at the end of the day, we all we got. As soon as I got the call about our Grand Governor, I didn't think twice. I said, I got to get to my sister. My temple made way for me to get to my sister. I got to her the same day, and I have not left her side. That's sisterhood. That's commitment, And to see her call on Moors and friends and family alike, and nobody show up but the tried and true and few, it just let me know who I look forward to, who will have my back, who will have my family back, and who will actually be there when I need them. And that's something we got to remember. Everybody say they're going to be there till it's time to be there. So I'm very thankful for Temple 2 and Temple 9, because when a sister called, they came. We canceled our convention to come support our sister and have her back. We was here the whole time for her, and we're going to continue to be there for her until go with our grand governor. So, to everybody who was there, everybody who was there in prayer, spirit, and love, we thank y'all. The sister is in good spirits because she know the ministry of death. The sister is in good spirits because she know she is not alone. I remember me and the sister was on the phone talking, and she said, my husband said he had a dream that he passed and he's so mad. And I said, why he mad, sis? She said, because he said not one more showed up for you. So his spirit was leaving her by herself. And she told me that last week. And so when this event happened, the first thing I thought is what our grand governor thought or said. And I said, I'm going to get there and I'm going to be there until she don't need me no more. She probably going to have to send me on my way. Because we got to remember, when we got a duty, an obligation, or an appointment, no matter the cost, the sacrifice, we got to take on that duty, appointment, or that sacrifice. We got to be ready to do what we said we are called to do, what we obliged ourselves to do. So to the sister, she's going to forever have me by her side, because the Moors appointed me to stick by her side and follow her where she go, I go. That's sisterhood. That's family. That's Moorish kin. And the support of my brothers to say, we know you got sis, but if you need us, we here. That speaks volumes, because so many people are left alone to pass forms alone, to not have no support, to not have family. And we saw the love, we saw the spirit. And it wasn't no sad event for us, because we remembered our grand governor the whole time, because we know he now up there doing other work to make it possible. His one thing was that Temple 1 come to fruition, and when they come strong. So along with my grand sheet, that's our task. So come next year, when we go marching into Mecca, we going strong. We going for our sister, we going for our brother, and we going for Allah. Because it's ordained that this event happen. And if it took the brother to go to the soul plane to make it happen, it's our job to work a little bit harder, go a little bit harder, and get a little bit closer, and get your affairs right with yourself and with Allah. And with that, I'm going to just take one more reading. It says, Allah, you know what is the best. Let your will be done as you shall please. Give what you will and how much you will and when you will. Deal with me as you know, as best pleases you, and is most for your praise. Set me where you will, and deal with me in all things just as you will. I am in your hands. Turn me around and turn me back again, even as a wheel. Behold, I am your servant. Prepare for all things. For I desire not to live unto myself, but unto you. And with that prayer, I say, Allah is using me to help this grand body and to help myself as well. So when Allah sent me, I will go. When Allah sent me to temple number 9 to help it grow and build, I left and I went, no questions asked. Right when I got comfortable, Allah shook me up because this is my lesson and my test as well. I packed up. I didn't even pack up, Morris. I threw clothes in a bag and headed on my way to the sister. And now Allah has sent me to be in the presence with her, to have her back, to rub her back at night, to hear her in the middle of the night and come rub her feet and comfort her so she knows she is not alone. And he just up and moved me, and now I'm in Carbondale with the sister. I didn't ask no questions. I didn't debate. I just said, can the Moors go pack my house? I quit my job, and now I'm at the sister feet to learn, to grow, and to support, and to have her back. And I thank all the Moors for giving her this undying love. And I thank everybody who have supported us and didn't abandon our grand body in a time we needed them most. And with that, I yield.
Islam, without our sister, chairwoman K. Bey, always coming with spurring out the truth of Allah in all sincerity, heartfelt sympathies, Islam. Pray Allah for our sister, K. Bey. This is time now to give the floor to our next speaker of our Holy Day meeting, Islam, our brother, Mosley Fatim El, Islam, on the Holy Day. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Islam. Praise Allah. Honest to Holy Prophet Noble Jew Ali. Honest to Supreme Grand. First Supreme Grand Sheikh BL. Islam. Honest to his I kind of feel that it's his first Supreme Grand Governor, Neal Bey. Because in this day and age right now, that's kind of like what it is. So honestly, Supreme Grand Governor in this day, Brother Neal Bey, rest in peace. What I want to share, I guess, is a reflection at this time, because it is that for us. We're gonna be in reflection for a while. Though it's like it's too soon to be happy, and it's not okay to be sad. It's wrong, you know. Though we have an example of how to be, of how to teach, of how to continue our learning. We have an example of we have directions. We have directions to follow. And we have we have an example of a man that we have to accept now more with more attention than maybe we had. So for us, he's been our grand governor, but now he's been coined in a matter of a way. And so we get a reflection, we like, okay, so now, you know, the only brother ever talked to me like that. It's my experience of common type of living. So when you have someone like that, you get a good reflection, and you know we're here for a purpose. And each time around, there's one of us who's here for a purpose, and you know we get to see opening and closing. You know, with that being said, I always go to chapter 25 in my times of heartfelt conditionings, because chapter 25 is always I'm always referred to it, you know, by family, because it mentions the bond of affection and our Father God Allah and the care that is provided by him and by our one mother. Though something took to me when our chairman gave his measure, and that'll be again on the ministry death. You help it out, coming out verse. I'm looking for the chapter 4. Yeah, page yeah, Holy Quran, more simple America. Circle 7, body, very Holy Prophet Noble Jummah chapter 37. Islam, well, excuse me, this is chapter 27. Chapter 27, Jesus appears fully materialized before Father and Son of Brotherhood in Greece, appears to Claudius and Juliet on the Tiber near Rome, appears to the priest in the Egyptian temple at Heliopolis. And here, it's great from here. Apollo, with the solid brotherhood of Greece, was sitting in a Delphian grove. The oracle had spoken loud and long. The priests were in the sanctuary as they looked. The oracle became a blaze of light. It seemed to be on fire and all consumed. The priests were filled with fear. They said, "A great disaster is to come. Our gods are mad. They have destroyed our oracle." That oracle that was made of wood and gold. But when the flames had spent themselves, a man stood on the oracle's pedestal and said, "I am R. Neal Bey." Islam. Islam. And that's my insert because that's a real great reflection for our past experiences. Because for a couple of days, see, we saw the brother on the pedestal affirming that he is our Richard Neal Bey. That's right. By all means. That's right. Mama, daddy, everybody, as the prophet said it, even my own mother will have to get in and get in order. Let it be proper words of the prophet. But he said even his own mother would have to get right. And we heard our governor pronounce these words many times again. Yeah, so we witnessed a man on that oracle. That's what I'm getting at. I saw that in here. We see this. We learned this, we studied this with one of our fellow Moors, and we witnessed in a way the passing of that great Moor, who's also our great leader, even so much as a national grand governor, great for all that knew him. And everyone that knew him that was not Moorish were on their way. And everyone that knew him that was Negro back in color, they on their way. Everyone was just this much, a little bit more every single year. His sisters, his brother, they say people are who they are, but when they know the brother, like our grand governor, and associating with his fellow Moors, they get a little bit every year, and then that's a victory. That's right. It's a victory. So we'll maybe continue on with his legacy in our common association with those we come to know. At the same time, again, there it goes. But when the flames had spent themselves, a man had stood on the pedestal and said, "Allah speaks to man, not by an oracle of wood and gold, but by the voice of man." And with that, I yield because there we go. In time of great passing, we have that oracle of wood and gold had gone up in flames in the life of Richard Neal Jr. and stood on that pedestal was Brother R. Neal Bey, Grand Governor of Moorish Central of America, where Allah speaks through man. And we have had that opportunity. Islam is check out his YouTube or check out his Facebook forever. Yeah.
Islam for our brother Moses, for Team L, when we talk about sacred pedestal once again, affirming your name. Islam, that's all we got. Our names. Islam. Praise Allah for the Moorish American Muslim. Happy Holy Day. At this time now, call upon our next speaker, our brother man, our grand chief, Levi's baby. Islam. Happy Holy Day, Islam.
Happy Holy Day.
Islam.
Islam, Morris.
Islam.
Islam.
Yes.
Arise, give me perfect praise to Allah and honor to his holy and illustrious prophet. Noble then, noble now. Noble Jew Ali, Islam. Being honest to the past, and present day moderators of the Moorish Temple of America. Extend honors to Moors here, there, everywhere. We extend honors to the membership of Temple 2 for their fidelity and coming together, as well as, and most importantly, the leadership of Temple 2 for keeping the temple lights lit. Islam. I'm so very grateful to see the Moors coming together as they are in keeping with the spirit of the prophet in bringing peace. Islam, allowing the peace to be amongst us. Islam, allowing the peace to have been exemplified during the homegoing of our brother man, Neal Bey. Islam, we want to make an effort to cause the understanding of what it means to bring peace into the ethers. This is a very powerful thing that one must master. Our brother man, Yeshua, demonstrated that his lower self was very strong by many ties. It was bound down to this carnal life. And he questioned, have I the strength to give my life a willing sacrifice for the sons of men? Now we question ourselves, what does that mean? What does that truly mean to give ourselves a willing sacrifice for the sons of men? We all, Moors, at some point are going to be tested as to whether or not we carry within this frame the absolute power to exercise the will of Allah. The flesh can't do it. Man himself is not the body or the soul, but a spirit. We must begin to understand exactly what it means to live spiritual and bring that power from on high to cause it to emanate outward. When we learn to do this, when we've mastered that, then we control the ethers. I'm speaking about something very, very powerful here, Morris. We are the Lords. We've been made the Lords of the plane of things made manifest. We control this manifestation, not through our physicality, but by causing the spirit of Allah within to emanate outward and be yourself, your very powerful higher self. I want you more to understand me and what I mean and what I'm saying here. This is not physical. We war not against flesh and blood. Islam, this is a spiritual warfare, and it must be controlled from a spiritual aspect. We're going to have to dig down into these lessons and decipher them. You understand? See, that's what Neal Bey did. He listened very well. And when you said something that was on point, he said, that's right. That's right. That's when he knew you was on the path. We got to stay on the path, spiritually so, because it can't be done physically. This battle can't be fought from a physical standpoint. We're going to have to adorn ourselves with the whole armor in order to stand against the principalities and spiritual wickedness in high places. We're going to have to be careful about how we demonstrate these lessons and how we go into the minds of other people, other members, men and women, and most importantly, children. These lessons are powerful and they must be taught correctly. Otherwise, we'll lose control and nothing but havoc will abound. Neal Bey wasn't about that. I can prove it to you. My spirit was so connected to that brother because I was looking for a temple. I looked all over because I didn't want to be in a place where Allah didn't reside. I got out of prison in 2001. My life was drastically changed during my tenure in prison. And I walked with the Prophet through his literature. I didn't walk with the Prophet physically. I didn't know what the Prophet said. But through this literature, I began to spiritually walk with the Prophet in spirit. And I know the Prophet would have been a very powerful fixture if he had stood in the residence, Brother Neal Bey. And I can vision in my spirit how the Prophet would handle such a situation. See, Prophet was a spiritual person. He was a spiritual, very highly intelligent individual who formulated everything that we have possession of, not the things that were added, the things that he held up and said, I brought you everything it takes to save a nation. Now take it and save yourself. He wanted us to be smart. He wanted us to be intelligent, wise men and women following in his footsteps. I've seen so much since I was released from the dismal crypt in 2001. I've seen so much wrong being committed with these lessons that the prophet had brought to us, divinely prepared, sent by Allah to wake us up. And look where we are today. This is what Neal Bey talked about a lot. When he called me on the phone and we talked, and when he would make the attempts to connect Moors. I got this brother on the phone, see? He over in St. Louis or wherever this person might have been, his objective was to make connections with Moors, that Moors would come together and be Moorish Americans and love on one another. We're going to be tested, Moors. We're being tested right now. Whether you pass or fail is entirely up to you. But this I know, and we should do it in haste. Get these lessons on the inside so that when they come out, it'll be uncontrollable. Meditation is the key. We have to meditate on these lessons night and day so that we won't find ourselves in the hands of the law. Understand this more. You got to understand this. Tupac Amani Shakur said in a song called White Man's World. He knew what he was talking about. We got to be wise, Moors, and not allow ourselves to get caught up in this ways that this European has created a society for himself. Our time is coming, but we can't be fools 2 times and cause ourselves to get caught up. Listen, look, and learn. Be ever vigilant. Because what you don't see is what's going to cause you an issue. We must be ever watchful while we travel to and fro the planes of things that are made manifest. These are manifested planes, Moors. Pardon by it. I want to say one last thing before I yield. Neal Bey was about that life, man. Peaceful brother. And all we do is we question ourselves, why? Just know that Neal Bey is in peace. We read about it all the time. Traveling to spirit plane. That brother was prepared. He loved his queen. Duty of a husband. That was Neal Bey. So I hope and I pray that the spiritual aspects of my dissertation caught the ears of those who are listening. Is that we're not fighting a physical battle. It's spiritual. We must understand that. How many lives have been lost in Vietnam where blood was shed? There are thousands of wasted lives fighting a battle that wasn't our own for those who were amongst the so-called Negro, Black, and colored. That was a physical battle. The spiritual battle is much more powerful, and it can be done only on the spiritual plane. We got to learn to bring that plane down amongst us and live spiritually. You don't have to prove that you're not a punk. Because in the words of Richard Pryor, that's what they're going to have on your tombstone. Here lies such and such. He wasn't no punk, but he's dead. I speak in signs and symbols, Moors, so as to touch the ears of the adepts and the ears of the wise who are capable of understanding what's being said, so as not to offend. It is not my intentions to offend anymore, but to uplift from the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Those are our highest principles known to man. Those are our divine principles that we must learn to employ. I'm no longer a gang member. I used to be. I handle things the way a gang member would handle things. Could be issues. I might come out on top, I might not. But that's not the way that Allah came into my life to allow me to continue with that mindset. I'm different. Very, very different. And I'm so grateful that we are now having the opportunity to speak on our Grand Governor, Richard Neal Bey, the way he should have been spoken all the time. He earned it. He earned it, Moors. And for those of you who touched his flesh, who have sat down with that brother and experienced his heart, then you know what I'm talking about. I watched Richard Neal Bey return money, but they was throwing it at him. And I watched him, no, get his back. Get his back to him. Tell him to do this with it. I don't need that. That was a good brother. That's what he was about. He was about that love principle. Love is the most important thing that we have. It is what is needed right now in this entire world. We need love, Moors. That is our first and foremost principle. Love. It's a very powerful principle if applied correctly. Greater love have no one than they lay down their life for their brother. And we're not talking about laying down in front of a train or a truck or a car or throwing yourself in front of a bullet. That's not the laying down of the life that the Quran is demonstrating. K-Bey is the exemplification of what it means to lay down your life for her sister. She's doing it as we speak. Greater love have no one. She laid down her life. She left her home. She laid down everything and came down to the assistance of the Grand Governess because she was in dire need. That is the exemplification of what love is. Understand it, Moors. I can step out of myself at any time because I have the ability to cross the borderlands of will. And I can step out of myself and get very indignant. That's not the way. Understand the power that you possess if you meditate on it, apply it, and allow it to be manifested. Allow it to manifest itself. You can vex the spirit, for those of you who know what that means. You can vex the spirit. You can cause it to stop its power because of your flesh getting in the way. Then it's vexed. But if you allow that power to rise and emanate, there's not an army that could stop it. Trust and believe in what the prophet put together. He put together something very powerful to cause you to understand that you must get your affairs in order. Yes, you must do that. But you got to be prepared up here too to demonstrate. Islam? With that, I'm going to yield the floor back over to our brother chairman. Praise Allah. Happy holy day. May Richard Neal Bey, our Grand Governor, continue to sail on smoother seas. Islam, Moors, peace and love. Happy holy day. I yield.
Islam, happy holiday.
Islam.
Pray a lot of great secret, wisdom, that you always come through for us to take heed of his wise words from a wise man is long, through our grand sheep during his method. At this time now, I call upon the grand sheep of Missionary Post number 9, our powerful brother, my recent debaters.
I give praise to Allah, Holy Prophet Noble Juali. I give honor to the forerunner of the Prophet Noble Juali, but Mark Mosiah God. I give honor to all the holy and the divine prophets of Allah, because all the holy and the divine prophets of Allah taught Islam. I give honor to our supreme Neal Bey. Neal Bey, we wouldn't be here. Islam, we wouldn't be here. So I give honor to our Supreme Grand Governor, Neal Bey. I give honor to our Grand Governor, the Sheikh. Can't glove it in. Islam? Man, that's a powerful woman. That's a powerful woman. I mean, and it was on display. Islam? I want to take a read from the Holy Quran and the Moorish Americans of America, the Circle 7, divine prepared by the noble prophet. And I'm going to ask y'all not to try to follow me, but to listen. All right? Just listen to me. I'm going to read from chapter number 1. It says, the thoughts of Allah cannot be circumscribed. No finite mind can comprehend things infinite. Man is a thought of Allah. All thoughts of Allah are infinite. But man, like every other thought of Allah, was but a seed. A seed that held within itself the potencies of Allah. Just as the seed of any plant of earth holds deep within itself the attributes of every part of that special plant. Now, seeds are perfect, yea, as perfect as the source from which they come, but they are not unfolded into life made manifest. The child is as perfect as the mother is. Islam? Perfecting must pass through all the ways of life, and so a carnal was full manifest, a nature that sprang forth from flesh and things. See, no finite mind can comprehend things in. The thoughts of Allah cannot be circumscribed. Now I'm tell y'all something, and I say this all the time. Some wise sheep said many years ago, during the time of the prophet, he said that there are but a few who know what the truth is about man. Islam, just only a few more. How many men know that the thoughts of Allah cannot be circumscribed, that no finite mind can comprehend things infinite, and that they themselves are infinite? And therefore, it is impossible. It is impossible for any one of us to comprehend ourselves. without removing all of the boundaries, all of the prejudices, all of the superstitions, and all of the external falsehoods that have been planted inside of us. See, the superstitions are the Jews. Now, let me tell you what's so dangerous about them being superstitious. See, they adopted customs. And look what it's, the people whom they adopted from, they ruled over them with an iron hand of oppression, right? Ruled over them with an iron hand of oppression. Because they was able to control, they was able to stop and to cease them from trying to learn about themselves and the potencies within themselves. That thing that they truly are. See, man is what? Not the body, nor the soul. He is a spirit and a part of the law. See, not many of us know this. Even a lot of us who have read, who have been had it preached to us over and over again, we don't accept it. We don't accept it. And so we fear things that we don't need to be feared. We think about things that don't even deserve attention. That's why I say that the grand governors display amazing strength. Because the average individual could not be nearly as strong. Not when faced all of what she just faced. And that's why we were honored. Tried and true, you dang on right. We were honored to be there. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't even have considered not being there. The thought never crossed my mind. And I know it ain't never crossed near one of y'all mind. Islam? If thy brother is in adversity, you assist him. And when your sister is in trouble, you get them. You get them. All right? Because the forces of Allah are all at our disposal in our love to each other. Okay? Our God Allah is the most wealthiest. The most wealthiest, and therefore we have an unlimited capacity to invest in ourselves when we do his work. Islam? Am I telling you the truth? This man told it to me. This man told it to me, so we love him unconditionally. We love him unconditionally because of what he did for us, what he gave us, what he sacrificed for us. Just think about this. Think about this. Ones that ask you, man, why do you support such and so so much? Why do you endanger yourself for such and so much? And then the same ones, Islam, will call themselves Christian. Think about that as an idea that they could find something wrong with you being there for your loved one. When the prophet Jesus, according to their teaching, died on the cross for their sin. Come on, man. Come on, man. And he allowed for them Roman soldiers to come and to take him prisoner, according to their teachings, for their sins. Not his own sins, but for their sins. And then they look at you like you did something wrong when you come to my defense. Come on, man. That's why they don't understand what defense truly looks like. They think that every time you come to somebody's aid, you got to be seeking to harm somebody. No, I'm going to give you what you need and provide you what you need. The Prophet he told us this. Islam, what did our Supreme Grand Governor preach to the high rabbis? Food, shelter, and clothing. This is what we need, boy. This is what we need. In order for us to get that, you know what we got to be able to do? We got to be able to move mountains because we got a whole world that don't understand and they think that we here to hurt them. They think that we here to hurt them, Lord. Do y'all understand that? Our reputation has been tarnished. I'm talking about the reputation of the Moorish Temple of America. It has been messed up. It's been drugged through the mud. It's been drugged through the dirt. When I first came to this particular grand Neal Bey invited me here. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I was with one particular grand body for over a decade. I work for that body. I work for that body in the crypts where men are broken. We in there healing them and fixing them. Ain't that what it said on the Moorish Americans, chapter number 6? What was Jesus doing? Engaged in the dwellings with the sons of men. He was doing work outside himself. Others ain't that right. And he was using the tools and his own mind to bring and to be brothers for other men. Ain't that right? Ain't that what it say? Ain't that what it say? When Ray Bonner found him, what was he doing? He was standing on the light and he had tools, compass, square, and the axe. Islam? See, this is what we was doing, but them ones, they left us there. They abandoned us. They wouldn't even accept our call when that's not a they ladder. As a matter of fact, you pick up the phone and dial their number, and it just say they're not accepting calls from here. But our Neal Bey, he came to the rescue, man. He came to the rescue, and he came with open eyes and pure intentions. And let me tell y'all something. Years from now, men who in there, who walk inside of these doors because they believe that their conditions can be better, they gonna have him to thank for them doors still being open because one tried to slam them shut. Even though Prophet Noble said, what? What did he order us to do? Keep the doors open. And what did he say he was gonna do? Drive them in. Did he tell us how they was gonna come in? Did he tell us what condition they was gonna be in? No. He did not. All he said was that he was gonna drive them in and he left the rest up to us. Because he gave us divine instruction. Holy instructions from the divine prophet of God, man. Of God. The sheep rights page, he says, emphasize. This is a spiritual war that we fight. We fight for spirits and souls that don't know that we fighting for them. They think we fighting against them. Some don't think we are their enemies. Not knowing that we are what we know. This is what we know. We know that it's in our best interest that man will be friendly to us. So it's only intelligent for us to be a friend to all mankind. Ain't that right? It wouldn't make no sense for us to approach with malice in our heart. But see, we gotta learn to love instead of hate. We have to learn this, y'all. We have to learn it. And we have to unlearn the hatred that we feel for the man in the mirror. Because that's what it is. It's hatred that we feel for the man in the mirror. It ain't me that they hate. It ain't you that they hate. It ain't her that they hate. It's them that they hate. It's their own guilt. It's their own faults and their own flaws that they don't want to face. So they'd rather fight you. It's easier. It's easier. See, when we read in the Holy Science of America, chapter number 4, it tells us that when John was 12 years old, his mother died. But the entire lesson rests in the next words. And he wept. Why did he weep? Because he was deeply grieved. He was deeply grieved. Deeply. See, when you grieving deeply, hurting. See, because my arm don't hurt, my leg don't hurt, my back don't hurt, something that I don't even know. Can't identify it, but it hurts. And I don't know what's causing the hurt. If you grieving because somebody died and you ain't never died, you ain't got no evidence that there's something wrong with it, then why are you grieving about it? So I can't even identify the pain. I don't know why I'm feeling it, but it hurt me so bad. I need something I can hit. I need to be hit. Then I can know I hurt because it hit me. Because I don't know why I'm hurt right now. I bear witness, I saw it, I just seen it yesterday. Somebody was hurting and they ain't know why. And they directed they hurt at everybody else who they had a reason to see as a foe. And while they were doing it, I watched men, males, adult males, standing by crying while women was crying. I was furious on the inside. Because Moors are men, upright, independent, and fearless. And it solitary last one of our child to uplift fallen humanity. So when I'm seeing these individuals crying, I'm saying nobody gonna minister to them. Ain't none of y'all gonna sit here and direct. Ain't at me. While your niece and your sister and your cousin and your daughters and your mothers and aunties, grandmothers is crying. Y'all need the prophet. So just like Rice Bay said, that anger that was stirred in me reminded me that I'm a sheik in the Moorish Temple of America. And my job is to sheik, and that's what I did. My job.
Teach.
When we do our job, we do it because we men. We do it because we Moors. We do it because that's what we signed up for.
Islam.
And on this, from we do it for the man whose sickness is on the Sikhism and the atheism degrees that we got. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Ain't that right?
That's right.
Who made Allah made us? Person of Richard Neal Bey, Supreme Grand Governor. The Supreme Grand Governor. Now let me tell y'all what that means, just in case y'all don't know what that means. See, the Prophet Noble Ali appointed 7 or 6 because he was one of the 7. Tried and true, but he appointed them. And then they were accepted by you. Islam, that's called the Supreme Grand Council. And the Supreme Grand Council of the Moorish Temple of America are jurists. Jurists. Islam. And that's who he was. The Supreme Grand Governor of this Supreme Grand Council. So everybody, under the sound of the voice of a sheep with this body, I love you. I love you. And I don't have anything that you can't have. Because if you ever wanted something that is not owed to you, you ain't no Moorish American Muslim. You ain't no Moorish American Muslim. And the Prophet Noble Jew Ali did give us a criteria. This ain't for everybody, is it, more? The Prophet Noble Jew Ali said if you have race pride and you love your race, you join the Moorish Temple of America. Ain't that what he said? He said it's a feel over to strong men and women. Ain't that what he said? So the rest of y'all ain't invited. This ain't fun. All praise due to Allah, honor to his holy prophet, Islam, Moorish peace.
Peace. Peace.
Praise Allah, praise Allah, praise Allah. Happy holy day to all the Muslims all over the world. Happy holy day on Moorish Americans who made the holy day. Praise Allah for our brother, Supreme Grand Governor, Richard Neal Bey. Islam, well, we did not pass in vain. His work will be continued on by every single solitary member of the Moorish Temple of America. Islam, praise Allah. This time now. This time now, I call upon any announcements to be read before I call upon the reading of the warnings left by the prophet. Over to our leaders, Islam. Happy holy day.
Happy holy day.
I got one announcement.
Islam.
I got one announcement. Obey the Prophet Noble Jew Ali and be good Moors. Islam.
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 Islam. Praise Allah. Obey the prophet and be good more. Islam. Announce to do more. Plain and simple. Islam, 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 the simple thing. Any more announcements? Islam.
Islam, 1 second. Islam, Sunday, the schedule will be changed a little bit. All ADAPs are to report 11 o'clock for ADAP meeting. 12 o'clock, we will be doing effective communication class. And 1 o'clock, we will start Sunday school. It will be given via Zoom again, through Missionary number 9 and Temple 2 together, for Sunday.
Islam.
Islam.
For announcements, Islam. Lord, this time now call upon the reading of the 3 warnings about Holy Man Prophet, Noble Jew Lee. Islam. Prophet warns all Muslims to be ready in every meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must, in all radical speeches, while at work, in their home, or on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your card in your opinion. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Your babies will be of severe consequences. We are for love, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings toward the temple or the prophet or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the laws laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card and button, cease wearing their turban and fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet, Noble Ali. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet, therefore, is sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet who the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sinful ways. Peace. Noble Jew Ali. Peace. Proclaim that every meeting is on.
Islam.
I am glad to know that I have a few faithful Moors among you all, and I desire for them to know the truth and the divine truth. There is a host of jealousy about me, and the movement now by the same people of our side. Of the nation, they claimed that I was only a joke and unreal. But now, since they have found out from the government officials and the nation of the earth that this is the only sole foundation that all Asiatics must depend upon for their earthly salvation as American citizens. They are working every scheme that they can to disqualify me, so they may take charge of the situation. I have notified all these things to you long ago in the past. It is through the faithful Moors that attribute to the movement and uplifting funds. The ones that pay their divine respect to me in the movement will be remembered. That is why I'm calling upon all faithful Moors to increase their faithfulness to me, your prophet, and your divine Moorish movement. I need finance. And I need it badly. Never before.